Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome back to the channel, your number one source for all things Dallas Cowboys, breaking news, analysis, and deep dives into the moves shaping America's team. If you're new here, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and get ready, because today we're talking about a move that could change the entire outlook of the Dallas Cowboys offensive line going into the 2025 NFL season. Yes, we're talking about the Cowboys making a serious power play in the trenches by signing none other than veteran offensive lineman Andrew Wylie, formerly of the Washington Commanders and before that, a two-time Super Bowl champion with the Kansas City Chiefs. This is not just another depth signing, this is a calculated, strategic move by the Cowboys front office, and we're going to break it all down for you right here. So let's get into it. Now, for fans who maybe haven't followed Andrew Wylie's journey closely, let's set the stage. Andrew Wylie entered the league the hard way. He went undrafted out of Eastern Michigan in 2017, no combine invite, no major hype, just a gritty, hard-working lineman trying to make it in the NFL. He bounced around a few practice squads early on, but then he got his break with the Kansas City Chiefs. That's where his career took off. Under head coach Andy Reid and with the mentorship of offensive line coach Andy Heck, Wylie became a cornerstone of the Chiefs' offensive line. From 2018 onward, he was a regular starter. What really put him on the national radar was his ability to play both guard and tackle at a high level. He played in 88 games and started 71 of them, and most importantly, he was a key part of the Chiefs' Super Bowl runs, including their win over the Eagles in Super Bowl 57, where he played a stellar game against an aggressive Philly pass rush. His time in Kansas City was defined by resilience, consistency, and versatility. Then, in 2023, he followed offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy to Washington, where he signed a 3-year, $24 million deal. He started every game for the Commanders in 2023 and 2024, continuing to show that he's a reliable, plug-and-play veteran who brings leadership and toughness to the offensive line. Fast forward to the 2025 offseason. The Cowboys were staring down a major question mark on the right side of their offensive line. Zach Martin, a generational talent and likely Hall of Famer, retired after an incredible run with the team. His leadership, consistency, and dominance were unmatched. With Martin gone, the Cowboys needed a solution, someone who could come in, anchor that right side, and maintain the high standard Martin set. That's where Andrew Wylie comes into the picture. This isn't just a fill-the-gap move, it's a smart, calculated signing aimed at keeping the offensive front intact and competitive for a team that still sees itself in Super Bowl contention. Let's be real, the Cowboys' offense, while stacked with talent at skill positions, is entirely dependent on the strength of its offensive line. We've seen it over the years. When the line is clicking, Dak Prescott plays his best football, the running game flourishes, and the entire unit operates efficiently. When the line is inconsistent or riddled with injuries, everything collapses, drives stall, turnovers increase, and the team struggles in big moments. Signing Wylie helps prevent that kind of drop-off. He brings championship pedigree, playoff experience, and a next-man-up mentality that perfectly fits what Mike McCarthy and offensive line coach Mike Solari want in their trenches. But here's the key detail that makes this signing even more valuable: Wylie's versatility. This isn't a guy locked into one position. In Kansas City, he played both guard and tackle. In Washington, he started primarily at right tackle but also filled in at guard when needed. For Dallas, that means he can slot in wherever the need is most pressing. Let's say Terrence Steele isn't performing well or gets injured, Wylie can step in at right tackle. Or maybe Tyler Smith kicks outside to left tackle. In the event of a Tyron Smith injury, Wylie can slide into guard. This gives the Cowboys not just a starter, but a Swiss Army knife lineman who can stabilize multiple spots on the line. That kind of flexibility is rare and incredibly valuable in today's NFL. Now, from a leadership and locker room standpoint, Wylie is another perfect fit. The Cowboys have a good blend of young talent and veterans across their roster. Wylie adds to that balance with a quiet confidence, a professional mindset, and a proven record of success. He's not a flashy name, he doesn't seek headlines, but ask any player who's lined up next to him, they'll tell you Wylie brings toughness, grit, and accountability every single down. And for a young, evolving offensive line that's been dealing with turnover and shifting roles, his presence could be the glue that keeps it all together. From a financial standpoint, this is also a very Cowboys-esque move. They didn't break the bank to get Wylie, and yet they're getting a player with starting caliber talent and Super Bowl experience. With so many big contracts already on the books, CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons looming, and potentially others, the front office has to be smart about where it invests its money. Wylie represents great value, not too expensive, but high on reliability and production. That's how you build a sustainable contender in the cap era, by finding veteran pieces like this that elevate your floor without draining your wallet. Let's talk about how this impacts the offense as a whole. First off, it's going to help Dak Prescott immensely. With Martin gone, Doc needs to have confidence that he won't be under siege from the right side. Wylie's addition should give him that peace of mind, whether it's giving him an extra second to scan the field or picking up blitzes with sharp communication. Wylie is going to be a critical part of keeping the quarterback upright. And let's not forget about the running game. With Tony Pollard gone and a new backfield committee likely forming, the Cowboys will need strong run blocking to establish any ground identity. Wylie, while not an elite mauler, is a solid run blocker who understands leverage, technique, and timing, all traits that will help open lanes for whoever is carrying the rock. Another layer to consider is how this move shapes the Cowboys' offensive identity in 2025. Last year, under McCarthy's full-time play calling, we saw a blend of West Coast timing with deep shot capability. That kind of scheme requires a smart, cohesive offensive line, one that can process stunts, twists, and blitzes quickly. Wylie's experience in a similar system under Bieniema, and previously under Andy Reid, means he's coming in with a playbook that already feels familiar. There won't be a huge learning curve. He'll be able to pick up protections quickly, contribute in meetings, and help younger linemen like Tyler Smith and TJ Bass develop faster. Speaking of development, one of the underrated aspects of this signing is what it does for the rest of the offensive line room. Guys like Asim Richards, Matt Wielecko, and other rotational linemen will benefit from Wylie's presence. Having a guy who's been through playoff wars, faced off against elite pass rushers, and handled the mental and physical grind of a full season is invaluable to those younger players trying to carve out their role. It raises the bar in the room, plain and simple. It's a mentor-by-example situation that could pay dividends down the road. The buzz among Cowboys fans is already starting to build. A lot of people are saying this might be the most underrated signing of the offseason. Others are comparing it to the time the Cowboys brought in Leo Collins and saw their line go from good to great. While Wylie isn't a pro bowler, he's a dependable pro who raises the floor of the team, and that can make all the difference in a tight NFC East race where margins are razor thin. So what does all this mean for the 2025 season outlook? Well, assuming good health and a bit of cohesion, the Cowboys' offensive line could quietly be one of the best in the conference again. You've got Tyler Smith entering his prime. You've got rising depth pieces. You've got Tyron Smith if he's still healthy and playing at a high level. And now, you've got Andrew Wylie, a steady veteran presence who can bridge the gap between eras and keep this offense humming. Whether it's protecting Doc, enabling the ground game, or holding the line in December football, this move strengthens the foundation in a critical way. To wrap things up, this is exactly the kind of move that wins in the NFL. It's not flashy, it won't dominate ESPN headlines, but it's smart, strategic, and immediately impactful. Andrew Wylie may not be a household name, but for Cowboys fans who care about winning in the trenches, he's going to be someone you learn to appreciate real fast. Let us know what you think down in the comments. Is this the signing that stabilizes the Cowboys' offensive line? How do you feel about Wylie stepping into a leadership role on this team? We want to hear from you. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your fellow Cowboys diehards. We've got plenty more content coming your way: interviews, film breakdowns, training camp updates, and much more. Until next time, as always, go Cowboys!